Okay, let me grab that. He just spit something out of his mouth.
What an asshole. I'm recording over here.
Why? Okay.
What is that?
He has his food. He took a mouthful of food. Then he crawled under the TV and dropped it, and then kept picking up one piece and moving it around.
He's
Midna's
old.
giving him OCD.
Let him do whatever the fuck he wants. He's old.
He literally he has to like separate his. If he was a human, he would eat chicken wings with a fucking knife and fork and a bib.
No, he would.
And he'd fucking like stack the bones up and neatly cut them. And
He would have one of those divider plates that you give the toddlers.
Yeah, he would.
yeah.
He would.
Nothing can touch.
He has this bad habit of literally taking all the food out of his bowl and literally just in mouthfuls, like putting them around the house and then eating them
Later.
somewhere else later.
But because there's two dogs here now, he puts it somewhere and walks away. And I was like, well, I'll fucking eat this then. So she gaining weight and he losing weight.
She's like, technically, I'm not eating it out of his bowl, so it's fine.
That's it on the floor.
Right.
It's mine now.
That was the rule, right? That was the rule. I am following the rules.
Y'all said stay out of his bowl, and I did.
Don't get mad because I'm smarter than you.
Dogs.
Everyone sucks here. The Minisode. It's mini. It's very small. It's like appetizer size. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Happy Monday.
I mean, that's how far away I was from the mic, so I was like, I gotta come closer now.
I know, we're not just like talking shit to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hot. We're hot.
We are hot. All right,
It's Monday.
It's Monday.
Do you guys have a case of the Mondays?
Well, if not, you do now.
I'm gonna give you one.
These minisodes are perfect to start your week out. I think so.
I'll give you a little tantalizing taste of what's to come for the rest of the week on Wednesday.
Yeah. So I think this week is Sushie's turn, right?
It is.
It is. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
All right, what you got some juicy ones?
I have some very interesting ones, yeah. Well, in my professional opinion of cringe.
In your professional podcasting opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been enough episodes now. We're professionals.
I think they are what the kids call bangers.
Oh, Lord.
As one of the executive producers of Everyone Sucks Here, she thinks they're pretty good, so I think we should trust her.
We should have credits, and then there's the three of us or on everything.
Yeah.
Lighting, all three.
Yeah.
Someone get on that.
Camera work.
Someone get on that.
Yeah.
Set design.
Set design. I wish that we could take credit for the scripts, but those are usually written by terrible people on the internet.
Who need to learn to
That's
write
right.
better and use proper punctuation and
Yeah, what
grammar
the
so
fuck?
we can read it better and not stumble through it.
Yo, hire a proofreader. What the fuck is y'all's problem?
Please.
Don't you realize that people are
Exactly.
taking your stories that you're putting out there on the public on Reddit and then they're reading them on a podcast? Do you not realize this?
Like, really, this
Don't
is
you
just
know who
about
we
us.
are?
This is really just about us and how you can make our lives better.
Make our lives better.
Also, if you have an Am I the Asshole or relationship idea, or maybe you have a misconnection story, which we still
Or
need.
just a funny story in general.
Yeah, you got a fucked up story, send it to contact@everyonesuckshere.com.
Yeah, we're official now.
You're just waving your body all
I
around.
know. I'm hungry.
freaking
so
me
I'm
out.
waiting. Sushi, give us what you got.
Okay,
Dive into that
AJ's
asshole.
hungry, so he's wiggling.
He's hungry
Am
for some
I-
asshole.
Cool.
Am I the asshole for asking that my stepdaughter share a bedroom so we can turn the extra room into a nursery?
Oh.
The title is misleading.
Uh-oh, we're bearing the lead here.
There is a lot of burying the lead.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go. My husband and I are expecting our first baby together. We've been trying for almost 2 years, and I'm currently 14 weeks along. I wonder if he sucked her pregnancy test. Which you won't experience that story until next week. So I'm sorry.
It'll be this coming Wednesday. This Wednesday, you'll learn all about sucking a pregnancy test.
What a teaser,
God,
you
what
guys.
a teaser. Yeah. Thanks,
I'm
Sam.
sorry. I couldn't let that one go. Spoilers. God. disgusting. He has three other kids from his from his old relationships. His
He has how
oldest
many?
son is three.
Three. Okay.
From old relationships, plural. So
He putting his seed all over
Oh,
the place.
he's spreading that seed.
Yeah.
he sure is. He has a whole ass family tree, just himself.
He's at the root of the problem.
He is. His oldest son is 15. He's had a. I'm sorry. Rewind. His oldest is his son, age 15, who he has with an old girlfriend, and he has majority custody of.
Okay.
His two youngest are both girls, ages 10 and 8, who he has split custody with. His ex-wife, 60-40 majority to her. We
Okay.
live in a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom home.
Okay.
So sounds, comfortable.
Okay.
My husband has been talking about renovations to the house for the nursery. We were originally going to fix up an old guest house in the back that is currently more of a glorified shed and really run down. We were going. I'm sorry. I'm already thinking what I'm gonna say, but
I have been too. I'm trying not to interrupt. I was like, I want to, but
I'm like, ma'am. We were going to let my stepson take the renovated guest house until he goes to college so he can have some privacy and time away from his little sisters and the baby. The kids' rooms would be reshuffled and the nursery would go into the smallest room in the house. Over my goddamn dead body is my son living in a house in the backyard to have his little fucking little girlfriend. No, thank you. No. No,
some
thank you.
step-by-step shit. Like put the kid in the fucking
No.
garage or above it or whatever.
No. No. So you can have your little bops coming in and out of my house. No, thank you. Get out of here.
So then they have to have 2 nurseries?
Right. Exactly. You're going to give your 15-year-old son a private house in the backyard? Okay, no. But whatever. I'm not their parents.
Okay.
However, with COVID and the uncertain job market, I'm not comfortable shelling out big money to renovate the guest home right now. And we'd have a lot of people coming around for the build. We've already had a lot of unexpected expenses this year. But if you're renovating this guest shed, they'd be in the back and away from you. So I don't understand what the problem is. They're not near you. They're not in the house. Whatever. I suggested the girls' room together and we wait on the renovation. I bunked with my sister until I was 14, so I don't see how it's terrible if they share a room 3 days a week. So they have split custody during the week.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is a mess.
Yeah, so this is a hot mess.
These kids are getting shuffled all over the place.
Yeah, that's awful.
I know,
Yikes.
that's terrible.
My stepson isn't happy because he was looking forward to the guest house. He's a teenager, so I expected some moodiness. But my husband isn't happy either, and neither is my ex-wife. My oldest stepdaughter is autistic. I hate the term high functioning, but that's how most would describe her. They say that sharing a room would be bad because she's sensitive to sound and likes solitude. Plus, the girls are already used to separate rooms, so it would be unfair to them. My husband was also really looking forward to the renovation. This is where I would say it was burying the lead because she doesn't understand how autism spectrum works.
The youngest one is autistic?
The oldest daughter is autistic.
Okay. So the 10-year-old.
And yes.
Okay.
So that's where I was saying she was burying the lead because that's definitely a thing. Like you need to everyone reacts differently to whatever it is that they're on the spectrum for.
Depends
But
on where on the
that could
spectrum they're at.
really be disruptive.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
She's already
That's where I
being
was saying-
shuffled around
Yeah.
during the week.
Exactly, and that's a lot, and you need like a lot of rituals and like just things to be the same because
she needs good habits.
She needs
stability and good habits.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Habits,
not
yeah.
habits, but
so
repetitive, whatever. Repetitiveness. Yeah.
So if being in her own living space and especially since she is being shuffled off throughout the week, if she needs some solitude and to be by herself and things to be the same and like her things are where they are and she knows where they are and no one's touching it to give her peace of mind and make her, just function better, then that's what you need to give her. It doesn't matter how you feel about it and what worked for you when you were a kid in the 80s. Like this is this child with this specific needs and call up a contractor. Anyway, to them, I'm putting the needs of the baby above the needs of my stepkids. But I think I'm looking out for all of us financially. I'm not sure if I'm the one being an ass here or not. It feels like I'm in the Twilight Zone or something. So I agree that she is the asshole. I understand where she is coming from and why she feels the way she is. But after being given the information of like, okay, you feel like that was okay for you in your particular situation. You roomed with your sister. That worked for you. But if the parent of your daughter, your autistic daughter, and the father of your autistic daughter, I said artistic, I'm sorry, autistic daughter is telling you that this is not going to work for her, you are being the asshole. And you are putting your child above the whole household. Just renovate the weird, guest house in the back. Put your son in the back, have his little bops in and out your yard, whatever, and just move on. Like, you don't have to have construction workers in your house all the time.
Even if they didn't want to do that, though, she's putting so much emphasis on the fact that she needs a nursery. Why? Why do you need a nursery?
Put the baby in your room.
In your room.
Yeah.
In your room. And because it seems like by the time he's ready to get out of the house and go off to college, the baby will be old enough to need a room. And then they'll have a free room. And then they can shuffle the kids around that way from room to room.
There's also this whole thing, too. It's like, you don't get to, like, especially if you are taking on the responsibility, you are marrying into this, right? You are taking these kids, you are becoming their stepmother. You don't get to choose who's more important. It doesn't matter if they're your biological kids or your stepkids. They're your fucking kids. That's right. The role you fucking chose.
Yeah.
You chose that role.
And you're not listening to their needs because you want something.
Yeah.
Like I grew up with a stepmother and I have stepbrothers. I shared at my mom's house, me and my sister shared a room, and at my dad's house, me and one of my stepbrothers shared a room. So for a very long time I always shared a room with somebody no matter where I was at. But it doesn't change the fact that like that was our situation. We didn't have anybody in our family that was like autistic or that or special needs in any way. So just because it's something that like, it worked for you, it worked for them. That's not how this shit works.
Yeah.
Especially, like Sushie said, especially with autism. It's case by case.
It's so diverse.
It's so diverse. Yeah. And for her to just be like, this is my baby. Okay, well, this is also your child.
I mean, I guess I understand in a sense because this sounds like it's her first actual biological child, first time being pregnant, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming she wants to have like the
quintessential
the everything that comes with having a baby. You get to decorate the nursery, you get to do this because she didn't experience that with the step kids as babies, right? So now she probably wants to experience that, but like you said, that's not what she married into. She didn't marry into that.
She already married into a family.
She did. And now that she's having her own child, there are things that she's going to have to sacrifice. Either you buckle down and throw the expenses out and make sure there's enough room so that everyone is happy, or you give up that nursery and you put the baby in with you for a couple of years because what else are you going to do? You can't just shove. At the beginning, I was like, yeah, sure. Why not put the 8 and the 10-year-old together? What problem is that going to be? But then you throw in that the oldest daughter is autistic and she's already used to all of these things. That's going to throw her all out of whack. She's probably going to react very like it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for her, which is ultimately who they should be concerned with because that baby's going to be fine. Like just put the baby in with you.
This is it's almost it's a little bit of a tangent, but like, isn't it? I always find it weird when you find out like there's these stories and as they're describing like, my husband, he has kids here and kids here and kids like, isn't that a weird thing like that? Like, doesn't that make you kind of like, wouldn't that make you pull back a little bit and be like, this guy's knocked up all these women and has kids from all over the place, and now they're all my thing that I got to deal with.
Well, that's what you signed up for. No one told you to do that.
And that's the thing too. Yeah. That is exactly what you sign up for. If you're okay with that, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are now in the middle of this and you're like, what the fuck is all this shit? I got to deal with 2 other fucking moms telling me all this other shit. But you signed up for that.
You chose to be with this man that like knocked up a bunch of other women before you. Like that's so. Yeah, I think definitely if she's not listening to the parent, like the biological parents of this child, this special needs child, then yeah, you're a fucking asshole. Like,
it really bothers me that the parents of this child with autism, they pass them back and forth in the middle of the week.
yeah.
That's
That
a lot
seems
by itself.
like way too much.
That's a lot by itself.
There's-
And then you're gonna ask her to share. I'm sorry, to share a room. That's a lot. That's a lot.
There's so much to that too. It makes you wonder. Like, I mean, like, I know there's a lot of it like can be decided between the two, but also like what courts decide.
What court
and shit
system,
like that.
yeah.
You know, like we used to. For me, it used to be we lived with my dad during the school year, and we went to my mom's house every Wednesday, and then every other weekend we'd go to mom's, and then in the summer we lived with mom, and then we went to my dad's house every other weekend and on Mondays. So like. It's like, to me that was normal, but when you think about like how fucking weird that is,
What an odd schedule,
It's a
yeah.
very weird schedule, but that's just how I grew up, and
Yeah.
but that's like what the courts assigned, you know, and like,
yeah.
and I remember like even mom would like kind of be like, because there's a lot to it too, because you have to go, okay, well, where do your parents live? What school system are you being involved
yeah.
with too? Because if you're
Yeah.
registered for one house, you can only be registered for one school. Can
Yeah.
they take it? There's so many things.
You still have to like kind of live near each other, even if
Yeah.
you don't want to.
And ultimately, a court is probably not even thinking, "Oh, this kid's autistic." They're just
Well, that's the thing too.
Yeah.
Is the custody could have been decided, and then they found out.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers to
Yeah.
it too, and so like, I feel bad for the autistic kid because they're just getting passed around and all fucking.
I feel
all
bad
over
for
place,
all the
but-
kids
And that's
because
so disruptive.
Yeah.
being passed around in the middle of the week is like, I think there's a difference between like having a steady, like, okay, we're going to be at this one house all week, and then maybe we go to the weekends over here. Like, there's especially during a school year, but I guess if this is during the pandemic, don't really fucking matter. But, you know, still, these kids are just passed around all over the fucking place.
Yeah. So I would say, yeah, she's an asshole here. Like,
Yeah, you know, you have to really work on structure and stuff, especially with a special needs child.
Yeah,
like,
don't-
structure is very important.
Don't group all those kids in the same room.
Yeah, this
Don't
is
do
what you
that.
signed up for, lady. Sorry
Yeah.
about trying to save a couple $1,000. Better call up them contractors.
and there's this whole thing too. Is how far along did she say she was? Did she say
She's only 14 weeks.
she's only 14 weeks?
So she's barely pregnant.
Yeah.
She just took that.
Girl, you got pregnant during this
pregnancy test.
pandemic. You got like, I'm sorry, like there's a lot to take into account here, but like you knew how big your house was.
There's a lot of things.
There's
But there's a lot of things to consider, like.
You know, like it's I want to feel more empathetic towards this person, but it's like we're in a fucking global pandemic right now. You clearly don't have the space for an extra kid, but you still took the chance and had the kid anyway.
Continue trying to have
Yeah,
a
you're trying
child
to have a
during
kid,
a
and it's like,
pandemic.
there's so many weird things, and I'm kind of like, it just feels like it's hard to feel sympathy for somebody that made dumb decisions.
Why doesn't she and
Yeah.
the kid go live in the
Shed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the baby
live
in the shed
with your
with
baby.
baby in the shed?
Yeah.
Where's it gonna
Yeah,
walk
put
out?
the baby in the shed.
Put the baby in the shed.
No, you know what? She should just be in the shed by herself.
Yeah.
Leave the baby in the house. The baby shouldn't be dragged into this.
I'm trying to give me one of them newfangled shed babies.
Oh my God.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I do to us? So 58% of people agreed that she is the asshole.
Yeah.
29% of people say that she's not an asshole. I'm like, but why though?
Those are the people who want a nursery.
Yeah.
Those are 100% the people who think that children need nurseries or they're not babies.
She needs a nursery. She needs a fucking bassinet.
It's 29% of moms. Just they're all moms.
29% of those, like 29% of those people they would have gender reveal parties that
right.
you'd have to decline. to
No,
attend.
100% of the 29%
Yep.
want a gender reveal
Yep.
party.
This same woman's gonna
I-
write about not having enough space for her gender reveal party in a couple of months.
Yeah.
I wanted to have a gender reveal party, but
There
we
was
got
not
this
a-
damn shed in the way.
we don't have enough. We don't have enough room in the backyard to socially distance.
I couldn't have my baby shower or gender reveal party at my favorite Italian restaurant because of COVID.
So I had
Yeah.
it in my shed.
And now we all have COVID.
And now we all have COVID.
Am I the asshole?
Yes, you're the asshole. Oh God.
Oh, that was a good one. Good job.
It was that was a
That was a
spicy
ride.
It
one.
was a spicy one, yeah.
I hate when they bury the lead. I hate those more than I hate the clickbait titles.
Yeah, like you were burying the lead. Okay,
Yeah.
the real issue is that you have a child on the spectrum that has that needs a very structured life, and you're being selfish.
Yeah.
Don't bury the lead. That's what the story is.
Yeah.
I mean, not to derail too much, but there's one that I think we all read. It's not even worth covering, but it's literally about a dude who doesn't want his teenage daughter to use tampons or whatever. And I read it, and it made me so mad. I was like, I couldn't bring this to the podcast. Besides, like now making fun of it, but it was so clearly bearing the lead because what it came down to was he doesn't want to
virginity.
Exactly, that's what it comes down to at the end. And these people always write this shit where it's like you read it and you're like, oh, what could this be? But then the real story is like, oh, you're a piece of shit.
Yep.
You know, like you want to control this.
My daughter's chastity.
Yeah. So it's like it's always that bearing that lead, but. All right, what have you got for us in relationships, Sushi?
All right, it's another spicy one. So
Spicy Monday.
I can't have it.
Yeah, she got a low spice tolerance.
You got a mild one for me?
it is not Tabasco level. It is full on like habanero sriracha. Sorry.
Gimme.
This is a combination of all the things we love and hate about Reddit. So, and it's long as hell.
Oh, fuck. All right, let's get into it.
Right.
Okay, I, 30 female, need help with saving my best friend's 30 male marriage that I probably helped to destruct.
Oh boy. All
AJ
right.
sitting down.
I'm preparing. I'm just preparing.
Yeah, it's a pre-sit, which I agree with. Okay, everyone, grab your wigs because they're gonna fly off into space. Posting again. My previous post got deleted because of missing TLDR. Thanks for the already provided advice. Guys, I'm all out of ideas. My apologies for the length. Girl, never apologize for that length. Possible errors, not a native speaker, and a bunch of details, but I feel like they're somehow important. Okay. 2 days ago, I was at my backyard almost finishing with digging the hole for my pool. My husband was out of town for the week, and before leaving, he expressed his desire to have a pool, and I thought it would be a great surprise for him if he came home and a part of the work was already done at zero cost. Oh, girl, no, not me. Not me, ma'am. Imagine me with these acrylics picking up a shovel. I'm sorry.
Every time that you would pick up a shovel is if you're burying a body.
I was gonna say I can't imagine
Exactly.
a shovel in general.
Like, I'm not, ma'am. Me with calluses? Okay, couldn't be me. Anyway, but suddenly my best friend Jason and his wife Eliza arrived at my porch. Those are very specific names, so I wonder if she changed the names.
Right?
Probably not, though. Eliza? Okay. Arrived at my porch with their daughter, Alice, soon to be 1 year old. They looked absolutely exhausted as usual, as Alice refuses to nap during the day and she wakes up every hour at night. A fair portion of the time, she is awake and she spends that time whining. They all were apologetic for interrupting me, but asked if I could watch her for the afternoon so they could have a few hours of uninterrupted sleep. I said, of course. I absolutely adore my little quote-unquote niece, and those poor souls look like they died 2 years ago.
Oh, no.
Shade. Alice and I enjoyed a few hours of girly things, no whining at all, and to my shock, she started looking sleepy. So I held her in my arms, walked with her around the hole, and talk to her when I...
What? Come on, little girl, walk around the hole.
Come on. Come on, let's walk around the hole.
Oh, God.
Let's take a look at where my
Is
pool's
this
going
an
to be.
Olympic-sized pool? Jesus Christ.
I know. Is she, like, what kind of pool are you...
How much work did she get done on this hole?
I know, right? God damn,
I don't
girl.
know. How big is this hole? Is this like an in-ground pool or an above-ground pool?
Oh,
What's happening?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I held her in my arms, walked her around the hole, and talked to her, and then I placed her into a stroller under a tree. She slept for 4 fucking hours, during which I finished my digging. When Eliza and Jason arrived, she was still sleeping. I told them the afternoon was amazing. She was sweet and a very good girl, and that I can babysit for them every week if they want, so they can have some time for the two of them. Jason was interested in how I put her to sleep, so I said that I caressed her and talked to her about how I'm building a pool, and when it's done, we could buy her one of those floaty animals, and she can invite her friends or siblings for parties when she's older. Eliza did not say anything, just a confused thank you. Jason then took the still sleeping baby and sold something like, "Hey, little lady, you like Auntie in her pool? Wow, maybe you're going to be an Olympic swimmer." I laughed, kissed Alice on the forehead, and said, "Auntie loves you too, baby. I can't wait to see you again." After a few minutes of polite chat with Eliza, "What about your promotion? I love your shoes, etc." They left. I decided to drink some beers and celebrate the end of my hard-digging work several hours every evening for a week. Sit on the terrace and imagine my husband's happy reaction. At about 1 a.m., Jason stormed into my house, took one of my beers, said nothing for a solid half an hour, and then bursted into tears. He informed me that Eliza had some kind of hysterical attack, which started the moment they left my house. Apparently, she forcibly woke Alice up and started screaming horrible things, mostly about me and my husband. How Jason can go live with us if we're so great and rich and educated, and Eliza is just a poor hairdresser. How I'm trying to steal their baby because I live in denial and actually do want my own kids, LOL. How she would rather kill baby Alice, ! Than let her be in my presence again. From what he said, I understood that these are the mildest horrible things she screamed. I was fucking shocked when he said that she took the baby and went to her parents. He also said that he is now sure that it is possible to stop loving someone in a second, and that this monster is not his wife. So I feel like it's a combination of jealousy and postpartum, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Especially if the child is under 1 year old, it's probably postpartum. There's so much more. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, this is juicy. Keep going. Yeah,
this is good.
It is spicy.
It's spicy.
Well, of course, it's so spicy that it's almost like I shouldn't be reading. This ain't my business. You know, this is like, oh God.
You're peeking over that bush, like what the neighbors doing over there?
Yeah, we're the nosy neighbors, and we're like looking over the fence like, this is not my business, but I'm putting myself right in here. Like, I have no business watching this. Well, of course, I was hurt by those things, especially because I always considered Eliza one of my friends. But I told Jason to go to bed in my guest room, and we'll figure things out tomorrow morning. I hope they'll have a call and apologize, and everything will be fine again. I did not even want to talk to Eliza about insulting me, as I can understand that she might not be serious. That's mature of her. But I would still be cursing someone out. Morning and sober Jason was, however, yet more certain that he does not want to have anything in common anymore with Eliza than that evening and then drunk Jason. I'm sorry. So again, this is written by someone who said that their language is not, their first language is not English. So like the grammar's a little all over the place. I'm trying to interpret a lot of it. So basically she's saying that when they woke up and they were sober, Jason still felt the same way.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like sober mind, all that. Mm-hmm. He contacted his lawyer, wants an exclusive custody, etc. Eliza's phone is turned off, but her mother confirmed to Jason that Alice is at their place and safe. He does not want to talk about this anymore. The incident changed everything, and he now sees Eliza for who she really is. He is going to live with us until the divorce and the custody court are finished. For all I care, he can live in our house until forever if he wants, but my concerns are the following. His wife apparently needs medical attention. I do not know much about postpartum depression or mental health in general, but it's not normal to hulk like that because someone put their kid to sleep. Maybe I fucked up by talking about the pool and how I love Alice. She could be frustrated and tired and experience some kind of jealousy. But
that's what I was thinking.
Which was the last straw. Yeah. Couldn't she be sad that her baby fell asleep in the arms of a stranger and not in hers? Am I the asshole for maybe unintentionally rubbing her nose in it? Can I do anything to fix it? 2, Alice could be in danger with Eliza at the moment. I do not think she's really going to kill her or hurt her in any way, but I do not find it rational to leave a toddler with a mentally unstable person and 2 27-year-olds. 3, Jason should be with his family in situations like this. I do not know if Eliza needs a professional or just support, but as her husband, it is his job to provide these in illness and in health after all. which is true. So basically, please help me make him leave and find his family. I'll leave her house, I guess. Even if he's sure that he does not want their romantic relationship to continue, he needs to make sure that both of them are safe, and he needs to make peace with his wife as he's connected to her for the rest of his life through Alice, even if they divorce. I'm kind of a rush now, and I do not know what to do. Plus, I feel incredibly guilty that it is me who ruined their marriage. Any advice is welcome, thank you. TLDR, I need to make my best friend go to his wife and solve his problems. I feel like she answered her question or whatever you want to call it in the text of the body. But yeah.
So
this is their problem to solve. Yikes.
My first instinct is that there has got to be some kind of postpartum. And if there's not, I can totally see, because she said that the baby's under a year, isn't sleeping. They're not sleeping. They're stressed out. Baby's whining all the time. They're never getting any sleep. Then this woman, and then they drop their baby off, and this woman rocks their child to sleep, and she's asleep for 4 hours.
So the mother feels inadequate and not enough.
I can totally understand her being extremely upset. The postpartum part comes in the fact that it seems like she's incredibly jealous that this other woman, this other stranger, was in her eyes gloating that she rocked their baby to sleep, and they're going to have this wonderful future now in this pool that she can't provide because she's just a hairdresser and all this stuff, right?
Right.
I really,
I as a woman, as a crazy woman myself, I can see how she got there.
Yeah.
But
so
it's still you need to reel it in.
I empathize.
Some
with
things
her
need to stay up here.
in the sense that postpartum is not like there's no logic behind it. It's a mental issue. There's a lot there. However, for the safety of that fucking child, I don't give a fuck who you are or what you're going through. The moment you threaten and you say, I would rather kill this child, you need to lose that child for at least a little while. That she should not be with that kid now.
They need to get her
some help because the moment someone says, I would rather kill this child, then you're done. Postpartum, you can get, now she can still get past that. And that's a very real thing that's not her.
Yeah.
That is the postpartum speaking. So,
right.
and I can understand the guy, it can be very, very hard for him to look past something like that too. Called her a monster, and realistically, anyone logically is going to view that as a monsterish thing to say. But it's that.
But it is the postpartum talking,
Exactly.
but it could also not be, and that's the chance you have to be careful about.
And when it comes to a baby's life,
so
what's the word when you kill your child? What's that word?
It's not patricide. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Whatever the word is.
Yeah.
Someone will tell us in the comments. So you know what I'm talking about.
So the thing here that makes me angry is that
Inficide, maybe?
Is it inficide?
That sounds like it.
Okay, so the thing that makes me angry here is that, I totally understand that he's incredibly stressed out and he's having to, basically finally tell someone, hey, oh my God, all this shit is happening, right? And I'll give him that one day. But motherfucker, go home. Go to your wife and help her. Even if that means taking your child away and getting her help because she's obviously in distress. Don't and then the fact that he's like, okay, I want 100% custody. Do you not think that that's going to make things absolutely worse? Why don't you attempt to get your wife some help first?
Yeah.
This is quite obviously a man who does not understand how postpartum works.
Yeah. It's filicide, by the way.
Filicide?
Filicide.
Okay.
That's the act of killing your own child. But no, this is somebody who he saw a problem and he fucking ran from it. But which at the beginning I could understand maybe having a reaction like that, but to not just you got to face this. You got to go home. And at the same time, again, she's dealing with it on her own right now, and anyone who's dealing with postpartum on their own is not doing well. They need help.
She's with her parents, and that's could be a good thing, but at the same time, all of them need to get her help. all of them.
But everyone needs to pitch it.
And it's
'cause
not
a
making
seat.
it better if she does find out, or she finds out that he's not at his home, but he's at this woman's home that made her jealous already.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now,
so that's the bad
That's a
combination.
whole other thing
And
there.
now
like,
he wants to take the baby and
Yeah.
live there.
they like all of them collectively need to dial it the fuck back.
Yeah.
And go, okay, we need to go see somebody. We need to go see somebody about this. You know, like he needs to make it not about her and her postpartum or whatever, because, you know, yet while it's something she's dealing with, he needs to make it a we situation. So one, she doesn't feel so fucking
Alone in it?
Alone in it, yeah. Like we need to go see somebody. You know, we need to let's get this under wraps. Let's get this under control. Let's get a handle on this or whatever the fuck. Holy shit, though. Like, yeah, he needs to get the fuck out of that house and go do something to take care of his wife and child.
I can totally see the trigger. I can see the cogs because so this woman who even if they're best friends, she only in that moment she saw her as a strange woman holding her baby, saying that she's a better caretaker, which is not what came out of her mouth, but that's how she perceived it.
Yeah.
Not only is she a better caretaker, she could financially take care of this baby better.
Yeah.
And the way that she was talking with her husband with the baby, like that triggered her.
Yeah.
Like I could see all of that. Like, I'm not saying she's right. However, I see where the whole
you understand.
situation
Yeah,
came
you understand
from.
the path she walked down.
Can you imagine like this woman's husband just coming home and like, I just want a pool.
Yeah, like he's like,
I just want to swim in my pool.
But I could see as the mother of the child, she was like, "Oh, what you want to live with her now? You want to take my baby and move in with this woman?" And like, it wasn't like that.
yeah.
This man needs to better understand how postpartum works, and both of them are sleep deprived. They're very stressed. I
On edge. Yeah.
and that's what happens with children when they are not going to sleep through the night, and they're whiny during the day, and they're under one. They're not even. She said toddler, but this isn't even a toddler yet.
It's a baby. That's a baby.
Yeah,
It can't even talk yet. It's a baby.
This ain't one of them super babies, but this is definitely this is a baby.
Yeah. It's a baby. It's not walking. It's not. It's probably not walking.
I really hope she can get some help.
Yeah, she needs help. He needs to get the fuck out of there and go help his wife and baby. But damn, Sushi, what a way to start the Monday.
Some super deep ones. Super deep Monday.
Welcome to Monday. I don't fuck around, guys.
I do.
I don't have time to waste.
Well, Sushi, thank you for reading these stories. I don't know what that accent was. Reading us these stories.
God.
And
Stroke.
had a stroke mid-sentence there, yeah. But this is a good minisode, yeah.
It was, yeah.
Very informative and very spicy.
Yeah.
Very spicy.
If you guys have
mucho
any
caliente.
stories of your own, if you want to submit a story or anything like that, make sure to send them to contact@everyonesuckshere.com.
I'm nosy. I want to hear it.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear all your fucked up stories.
Remember, I'm the nosy neighbor looking over the fence. I want to involve myself without being involved.
Yeah. Hit us up on Twitter at ESH Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave some juicy comments. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll catch you this coming Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday.
We got some good spicy ones for Wednesday too, including a pea stick. So look forward to that.
Right.
Thanks, Sam.
It ain't no baby in a shed.
Yeah, we don't got a baby in a shed, but we got Sam's pea stick. So
No, we don't.
Sam's pea stick story.
Okay.
Oh no, they're Sam's pea sticks.
It's Sam's
they
pea
are.
stick.
Damn it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.